Okay, we're gonna keep going. What do I gotta do? Okay. Not gonna be doing anything with the abyss right now. I feel like that's extra content because I haven't seen that before, so we're not gonna bother right now. But we're gonna go and check out the L's because we can get access to what's it called? The greens, which are important going forward. So we're gonna go do that. I guess I can conquer it because there's a little flag holder in there. Kind of makes me wonder if there's like an abyss area in each area that I go into, which is, yeah, it's okay. Also, I found out who liked my first video. Thank you for liking my video. You know who you are. Oh, gotta turn my speech volume back up. Very low. Okay. So I don't know if there's something I have to unlock in order to get into here other than this, but there might be something that's still hidden from me, but we'll see. Okay. You have to be exceptionally careful, making sure that you don't send your browns into fire, because as soon as they get set on fire, they inconsolable. You cannot heal them. You cannot protect them. So I can't hear Gnarl at all anymore. Okay. Put these guys away. Grab my browns back. Pretty sure this is all I need for now. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit more because I can't hear them. So this area is kind of taken care of by those elves you see in the distance there. You are also introduced in this area to the concept of magic enemies. And magic enemies can only be destroyed by other magic minions and your own weapons, depending. So you have to be conscious of that. Hello. Okay. So these elves are harmless. You don't do anything with them. They kind of just float around and act annoying. You have to take care of some stuff though in this area, including this thing, which is going to attack me shortly in the same method as what's his name, dude guy. So that's kind of the trick, is you kind of attack a little bit with your minions and then sort of take care of the rest of it as the Overlord. It's a little controversial for me, I guess, to figure out whether or not I stick with ooh. Yeah, they can't. So I gotta stay there. Trying to figure out whether I should go for HP regeneration or go for magic regeneration or a mixture of the two. It's kind of hard to say what you should do because, I mean, you can see, like, with this magic attack, like, you can do, like, a hell of a lot of damage. Causes them to run, and then you use your minions to take guys down. One of the guys grabbed the unicorn horn. Just give a nice little boost. Because now I'm out of magic. So That's really where I should be relying on, what's it called? I should be relying on the use of, reds to do stuff, but, just don't have time. These guys can take a lot of punishment. Don't know what that spell does. I think that's like Frenzy or something, which is another really good spell. There's a whole bunch of really good spells, but again, they take mana, and you don't get much in the game, unfortunately. Okie dokie. Yeah, anger. I don't know how you... Okay, whatever. I don't know how you control... Where are my controls? There's a way to change your magic slots. Because I know you don't have to like... Oh, there it goes. So, got slow, anger, and fireball. I believe when you get the other magic, you just sort of tap the button to get the other ones. And you get progressively better. Ooh. You get progressively better versions of the spells. Fire magic, kind of progressively better, kind of like the same. It's kind of hard to say. Because some of the fire magic that you get is actually not necessarily better, maybe a little bit worse in some cases, because they're just different. Like one is like a kind of a flamethrower type of attack, while the others are, what's it called? Well, the others are sort of more explosion sort of based. So again, these guys are annoying because they're... Shut up. Those guys are, what's it called? Ranged enemies, so they just end up doing annoying amounts of damage. Well, that's bright. Oh, that doesn't sound right. He's all messed up in there. Oh. Yeah. The boss fight for him is really annoying. The dwarves you just saw, are pretty powerful, actually. Not a huge fan of them. Oh. So yeah, you just destroy the orbs and throughout the area. Root nodes, whatever they're called. I hate these stupid little rat things. They just pop out of everywhere. They're very annoying. And these guys are the worst too, because they do that to your guys, which weakens them actually. That's a shield spell, I believe. Those weird larger ones, I believe they can... Oh, this is greens. The larger ones, I believe, can revive enemies. So, like, kind of like bring them back. So, again, like, environmental hazards are a big deal in this game. If you take your minions and you put them near to water, or you somehow get them thrown into water, so they can get, like, tossed into it, for example, that becomes a large issue. So this is another mechanic. You basically get, eventually in the game, things like bombs and things like that, and you grab them and throw them towards the enemies, which they do a fair amount of damage too. Like it's not like a small amount. But the thing is that if you if you are playing, sometimes your minions will be little annoying idiots, and they will get themselves stuck where they are, and they won't come back to you, and then they have game blown up, which is not great for you. Right now in this area is not where I'm supposed to be, but I can probably I'll take down a few of these guys. They're doing very minimal damage to me, if anything, really. This is the benefit of being spending a little bit of time even getting a slightly upgraded weapon, because with the axe that I had before, I wouldn't be doing anything to these guys. The thing you always kind of worry about is accidentally clicking the right mouse and summoning all your minions to you, because if you do that, those minions will end up basically drowning themselves, and that's a lot of very powerful minions to lose. This guy's still alive somehow. Another frustrating thing is sometimes enemies can get knocked down, and then your swings as the Overlord kind of go over their heads. So, I mean, like, in the game, you know, as Overlord, you are pretty powerful, but again, you're not, like, invincible compared to a lot of enemies. So if I stand here for long enough, they will kill me. So you can't. Kind of have to run. And this is where regeneration becomes really useful, because as you play with your regeneration abilities, you can just get your health back and keep fighting, run away for a little bit. Kind of makes this into a little bit of a defensive game, which is not great for let's playing audience purposes. So you can see they somehow end up bringing one of their dudes back, which can get just annoying. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just annoying to have to deal with them. I believe normally, in order to have done this whole thing, I would need the blues. But luckily, I was able to sort of make it through on my own. This area is just like the Reds area. Yeah. Just like the Greens, Reds area, which is like a little bit of a maze. A little challenging just because I think you start facing off against the large green beetles that are going to be very important to me going forward. So yeah, don't touch poison stuff. These guys, these enemies are extremely frustrating if you don't kill them very quickly. The beetles explode, and the beetles explode, and the cloud of gas that shoots out end up killing your minions, which is kind of awful. But if you take your minions and you just sort of you get in there before they have a chance to do their little explosion attack, and that usually involves you taking a little bit of damage yourself, you're safe and you're good, and you don't really have to worry about them too much as enemies. Gonna try getting a little upgrades here or there. I don't think there's anything really else to take down this area. I think there's like a large troll or something in the game. In this area in the game. So there's that to take care of, and you're supposed to use the greens to do it, but I don't know. They have this mechanic that kind of half works half of the time, mostly. So again, this is an area where, yeah, a little frustrating. Because the thing is these guys here, again, you have to take them down quickly, and if your little minions end up getting gassed at all, they die. So these 5 guys, if they're smart, they'll go back the way they came. Or if they're idiots, okay, they're good. They'll try like walking towards you in the closest sort of, you know, in proximity to you or something. So they'll walk in there and get gas, and that's bad. Luckily that didn't happen. Luckily we're cool. And once you get your greens, going through this area is very simple. So they can be powerful. If you step into that, you take a lot of damage. The greens can be powerful. Depending on how well you upgrade them. That guy's dead. Yeah, he's dead. I shouldn't have called him back. Oh well. Nope. Come back. So, in the game, you eventually get your blues, and the good thing about the blue enemies, minions, is that they can actually revive your downed minions. They'll pick them up and take them to a different area to revive them. The major issue with that is, again, organizational, where you're dealing with tons of different little things as you play. And are you really gonna toggle through your minions to like go and get your 5 minions and then do all that? Like, are you really gonna do that while you play, or are you just gonna let your minions die and I'll just sort of deal with it? So I don't know. So we lost 1, but not a big deal. The game kind of assumes that you're going to be taking a lot more damage as you play in this area than I actually am. So good on me for not taking tons and tons of damage. There's that one little minion I had that was naked. Okay. So they should be fine. I think it just crushes the plants. And then we're good. I think we're almost there. So I think coming up, Overlord kind of has to make a sacrifice play here a little bit. And I hope it doesn't wind up getting me horribly murdered, but we'll see. So I'm gonna wait till this thing stops. I'm gonna just smack it a few times. And get out of the way. And we'll go back. I just remember, like, almost too many times sending in minions into this little barrier and just having it just explode. And then a lot of good times happen. Lots of bad times happen. And sometimes you can, like I just there, you can walk forward, but also hit mouse 1 and mouse 2, L left mouse, right mouse bracket, whatever. And you can, okay. And you can sort of propel your minions forward, which is really helpful. So now this area becomes pretty easy. You can just sort of send your greens in to take care of all the shitty poison stuff. They can get pretty powerful as they level up. But you can see, like, they start off pretty weak compared to the browns. Like every single other one, other than, oh shit, I'm dead. What? Well, how's about that? I guess I got a little too close to the green hive, and then I'm getting murdered. Anyway, it's not like there's like a death counter in the game. I guess distance is pretty important still to keep. Anyway. Oh, interesting. So you can see what happens when you die. You kind of just turn into a big puff of evil smoke. Okay, let's let these guys go, but keep a safe distance. That might have just been like a temporary effect or something. Okay, everyone back. You guys gonna get some upgrades for yourselves. Okay, we're good. You guys get in there. Do some damage. You can see they're kind of struggling to take down little bits of usually what would be trivial crap. So, oh shit. So we can see how durable these guys are. Not very. I can see if I can show you more what their utility is supposed to be. But we'll see if we end up finding any more. Ooh. If we end up finding any more enemies in this area, I don't think we do. Okay. Good, let's go. So there's a beetle. Is there? No, there's no beetle up there yet. These headphones hurt. Ugh. It's resting on my head. So when you put them down, eventually they disappear, and what that ends up doing is they disappear. So enemies will come by your minions, and then they'll jump onto those enemies and do like a bit of a critical sort of hit to them. It does a lot of damage if you can do it right. It's just that, again, doing it right involves thinking and, like, not meticulously planning things, but just doing even just a little bit of planning at all, which can be really challenging in the game. So we're going to see this in action in just a moment. So, I mean, I can sort of help out a little bit. Let's do this. So we're gonna test out our spell. So once he turns his back, I don't know if I can, maybe I can sweep him this way. Hold him there. Oh, maybe I won't test out the spell. Let's see if I can just wiggle him over here. Hey, jerk. Get your butt over here. No? Oh, okay. Go time, I guess. So, okay, let's do this. I'll just put them there. They should be able to jump. Or maybe not. Okay. So yeah, they'll do that. I mean, I'm not sure how many of them are going to survive. We'll see. Pretty good. So yeah, that's the thing. They kind of attack like from the vantage point that you've given them. So from the little marker, they'll jump forward and jump backwards from there. Which means that if a troll is trying to punch at one, it's most likely punching a new minion that has full health versus a minion who's been fighting for a few minutes and has like not full health. So, wonder if I should get those chests. It's probably like 200 gold. It's not really worth it. So yeah, I mean, the minions have their utility, and if you can make it work, you can make it work. Majority of the time could be a matter of my, frankly, inability in the game to play things properly. Or it could just be that the mechanics don't really work that well. But I find it a bit of a struggle to use these guys properly. There we go. Cool. So now we can go to the forest and get through that one area where Oberon was protecting it before, which is great. But what we're gonna do before that is we're gonna go take a little bit of a look at the, after I adjust my headphones so it's not destroying my head. We're gonna go take a look at the shut up. We're gonna look at the arena. I'm gonna show you some stuff. We're gonna go do a fight. I don't know if I'm gonna win this fight though, that's the only thing. Okay. How many greens do I have currently? 41 greens. And I believe my armor can take up to like 300 or so. I have one evil. Usually try to keep it at 0, but whatever. We're gonna get our reds out. And you'll see why in a second. So I need to fight some puff beetles, which is fun. And you'll see, like, the issue I have in this kind of thing is that when you look in, you're like, whoa. Oh, that's a lot more than I was expecting. And then you're right, because that's a lot of freaking puff beetles. And the thing is that most of the time you don't have enough health to really get through this whole thing. So what you try to do is train them around as much as possible with oh god, try to take not too many losses. Anyway, I think that's as good as we can do. I think I can just escape. Hey, okay, stop. We're not gonna win this fight, so we can just maybe exit, come back. And that's a challenge, because you go in there and you're like, I'm gonna go grind a bit. And it turns out that they have... It's okay, I still have them. There's a shit ton of dudes in there. So, we're gonna go to my armor. And I'm gonna add a bunch of greens to it. Think about... I don't know. 30... 41, say 30. I can get some more greens later. So increases your ability to regenerate health. It's very helpful. Just about there's no way to skip this. So, I mean... Anyway, it's not exactly a lot of health regeneration, but it's enough at the start of the game. It's a lot of talking. So I think you heal at a pretty slow rate. But if I wanted to grind through this area, I could. It would just take a little bit of time. So yeah, maybe I'll do that for a little bit and come back. Yeah, we're back. And so after fighting a bunch of puff beetles and losing a bunch of minions, which was fun, end up getting fully upgraded armor. So the regeneration's at 32%, which I don't exactly know how the breakdown of that works. what I do know is that the regeneration's pretty good. And it gives me a bit of an advantage going forward, which is pretty good. Still haven't fully upgraded my... what's it called yet, though? My mace fully. So at some point I'm going to have to go and kill a bunch of sheep and get a whole bunch of other minions. So unfortunately I lost my guy with my crown, which sucks. And it looks like I lost a guy who has Melvin's poker. Usually those guys actually stick around for a little bit, so it's a little sad that I lost him. It's unfortunate too that these little tiny puff beetles, you can see like these, okay, so these are the puff beetles that I was fighting earlier. And the issue is that they attack like quickly, like 3 times, but then they have this explosion attack, which I mentioned before. And that can be pretty deadly. And that's what got most of my browns as I sent them forward into the fray. So that's clearly an area where you take your blues. So we're going to do that in a little bit. Send these guys over here. So you just saw a little bit of a preview of one of the frustrations of this game is where your minions decide to drown themselves stupidly. And that happens a lot. Trying to see how the regeneration's working, but I don't really see my health going back up very quickly. We'll take a look in a second. Alright. Oh, health's going up pretty fast. Okay, whatever. Guess I kind of went a little bit backwards. Shut up. So unclear why I'm actually going this way at the moment. But, you know, whatever. That was then, this is now. Let's see if we can sort of just avoid enemies for a little bit in this zone, kind of just keep moving forward. Come on, guys, go forward. So yeah, now we can go this way, and we can eventually unlock the blues, which will kind of complete my little army. How are you guys doing? Now one guy is looking pretty cool. He's looking very True Detective-y. His little antler head. See a little magic spell? Oh no. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Minotaur. Guy looks like a deadly enemy, doesn't he? I think we got to go fight one now. So I'm gonna preempt that dude attacking me by doing this. Take my greens, leave them there to attack. See, that guy's already started to attack. Hey, come here, bro. Yeah. Eat those guys. Urgh. Ah, so one died. But, on the whole, pretty good. On the whole, didn't do too bad in that fight. So yeah, the enemies do tend to ramp up in the game as you go. The big enemies can be really a bit of a challenge. But on the whole, I don't know. I find most enemies are kind of same-esque in terms of how you deal with them. You kind of just like send your browns in, they rear up to attack, and then you kind of send your browns away, and then continue with the attack, and then you're good. So these guys are actually important to fight too, because every time you defeat an enemy in the game, you end up unlocking them in the arena area. So, but I don't think I was expecting just how many puff beetles there were in that one area, in that one arena battle. I wasn't expecting to be like 50 of them. It took me a little while to remember how to take care of them, so I had to do a little bit of trial and error. So how's everyone else doing out there? Doing pretty good. Enjoying the summer. If you're a younger person watching, maybe you're off school or something. Must be pretty fun. Having a chance to sort of max and relax. Take some time, a bit of a breather before your studies continue. I remember those days where I got to relax. Don't exist anymore. Ah. But that's alright. Adult responsibilities are fun, I guess. Look at me, I'm playing video games on a weekday. Doing all like the fun talking about stuff while playing video games. Not really knowing what I'm saying here. But that's alright. Uh-oh. So, more guys. What we're gonna do, put our greens away. We're gonna get a bunch of browns out. This is actually a good opportunity in this area right now to use your browns. Not so much that you can, you know, because they're pure damage or whatever, but you use them as a way to sort of rebuild your armor and stuff if you've lost a bunch. That's kind of a big deal. Because I think I ended up losing about 2 or 3 of them in my last sort of area. So having a chance to go and fight a bunch of these guys, maybe get some good helmets or something, will help me rebuild my forces pretty well. I guess that, oh, so that's what that does. The little attack these guys do actually paralyzes my minions. Come on. There we go. Oh shit, that guy just pulverized my guy. Here we go. Whoa. Man, losing a whole bunch of dudes in this one. That's alright though. Okay. So you can sort of rebuild your power pretty quickly if you just sort of send them through a little bit of environmental treatise. And look at that, that guy picked up a really nice looking little hammer. This next area is the same as the area with the greens. I believe this is where I unlock the blues. Area can be a little challenging just because it's full of ghosts. I believe if they find you, they start to attack, and there's no real way for you to attack them until you get the blues and stuff. So we're gonna have to figure that out as we go. Guys are pretty annoying. Ugh, frogs. In any game, frogs are kind of the worst. Let's see if I just kill it. They do much like the frogs in Pikmin. Actually, I guess those frogs kind of like crush you. They don't really like eat your Pikmin, but those frogs will, you know, devour your Pikmin minions, which is not great. So we can take this back though. maybe call it a night. Yeah. Oh shit. This is where, you know, if I had gone and actually done my due diligence and killed all these enemies, I'd be having an easier time now. It's because I was lazy. What they say, haste makes paste. You know, that's a saying, right? Oh boy. Starting to lose it. Funny thing in the game though is you may have just looked back there and seen some elf bodies on the ground. You don't actually see a lot of elves in the game, which is a little weird. I think we're at 20 minions now, which is sweet. You don't see a lot of elves. I think you see a few live ones. But man, yeah, you don't really see too many in the game, which is kind of weird. So that's another hour, I think, 50 minutes, whatever. In the next sort of part of the game, I think I'm gonna see if I can go, instead of doing this more and getting blues, because I don't think I need them. I think I do need them for a little bit longer, for some stuff. But we'll get the blues, do that, and then I'm gonna go see if I can go get myself a mistress, because that's a way to unlock your game's upgrades, and takes my castle from being this garbagey looking thing to a better looking thing. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to me kicking a bunch of minions. Yeah. So we'll be back.